We're here for the final refrain, adaptive edition, and it's round 2. It's Karenfox versus Captain Gale, both having eliminated a player from the first round. Karenfox versus Captain Gale. We have Karenfox here from the USA. Keyforge Premium League 5 champion. Oh, yes, the Keyforge Premium League. Premium League. Isn't it the Premier League? Sorry. Anyway. I'm sure that's a thing. Sorry. Keyforge Team League 3 champion. And the Triad seat. Ooh, Triad's really hard. Favorite deck, Orlock of Green Polis Bazaar. Huh. Has she moved on from her favorites from the older sets then? Okay, I got it right. Yeah. We have a Latin phrase here, and fun fact. I'm confused by these fun facts. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Captain Gale, the opponents from... okay. Okay, I know that's... I'm not going to say because I actually am blanking on that one right now. It's one of the stripe ones. Forgive me. Achievement 2022 Sealed Archon Champion. Kagi 12 Champion. Oh! An adaptive champion. And the Kagi Live Paris Champion? Whoa! Okay. That's some adaptive accolades. An adaptive master versus a triad master. Favorite deck, Evil Twin of the Omnivorous Curator. Dark Tidings. Orlock is a... Oh. My bad. I'm sure you've actually played that against me at some point. But we have... Oh... Dark Tidings versus Prophetic Visions. Wow. Well, double Recklessness and Memorialize the Fallen. And we have a Winds of Death with double Winds of Death with a bunch of BR Geists and an Ecto Charge. So it's a... Oh, but it doesn't have the key abduction, right? So we're all in on Geistoid key cheating, and we have some Equidon tricks in there. And then for Prophetic Visions, we have some... Let's see. Oh, Reverse Time. I wonder what that's going to do. And a Gigantic. The Shadows Gigantic. Yeah, Warlock's cool though. Wow. That name. 85 sass. We have 12 bonus amber. And a lot of creature control. Is the creature control coming from... Well, the double Winds of Death and pull up stakes. And then Ruthlessly Pushy Uther at 80 sass. Oh, 5 points below the other one. This one has a bunch more amber. Slightly more amber control, but very low on the creature control. So I wonder how that's going to match up. Oh, but there's a lot of artifact control here. Maybe that could matter against Karen's deck. I'd have to take another look at it. Oh, and that's the end of the slideshow there. Let's see. Does Karen have any artifacts? Well of Memory. That's an artifact. Uncommon Currency? Okay, so unless there's some tricks going on with the Well of Memory, then perhaps the artifacts control is mismatched there slightly. And Karen has creature control for... Karen has creature control for the opponent. Hello! So let's see. I believe we're good to start. So in adaptive, this is a change that the player base has made, I believe, is that the same deck goes first in each game, which wasn't in the official rule set, but that was determined to be more fair for the bidding phase. Now, first we have a Looter Goblin. Elusive, 2 power, and it has an After Reap effect to gain 1 each time after an enemy creature is destroyed, which is a good ability, but it was immediately destroyed. The 2 power, let's see, what did destroy it? Oh, it wasn't destroyed. It was Divine Sealed. Put a creature on the bottom of its owner's deck. So it's going to come back much later in the game. Now, I wonder if the Looter Goblin actually combos with anything. Let's see. Berserker Slam. Yeah, it works with any of those destroying creature things. It would destroy its... It would be destroyed to plummet, so I don't know if that works. I think it would be destroyed. And then it would leave. Oh. It would leave before the effect happens? Or does it set up the effects? Ah, geez. Shock Herder. So with the Shock Herder, you could get some extra fights in there, so that's useful. And Karen plays Mimet to archive the old Tinker. So I doubt that's relevant. I think she just had to choose that because there wasn't much in the discard. And then discards a BR Geist? Huh. Reiteration. Draw 2 cards. Put 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Oh, that could be a good way to... Oh, wait, that's the fate. Sorry. No, that's the effects. but you can plan ahead. Oh, and Captain Gale did play a reverse time, swapping the deck in the discard pile. Getting back everything that was played in the first turn. So the Sanctum stuff goes back into the... I'm washed up. Let's see. Emeritus Darn. Archive the top 2 cards of your deck. Oh, Captain Gale chooses House Sanctum for something. Ask again later. A prophecy. Each time your opponent chooses their active house, they must name a house on your identity card. Reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card does not match the named house, fulfill Ask Again Later. So it revealed Urchin, which does not match the house. And so it was revealed. And then the fate revealed was Burning Glare, which does nothing. Okay. And then Memorialize the Fallen. That's discarded. And TCO. Did Plummet break? And we met Archives Iron Heidi. And I don't think that is relevance. Because, yeah, Karen wants to decide what was on top. Okay, so they're changing that. No Iron Heidi. What instead? Archiving and we met. Archiving from me met because Plummet discarded a bunch of stuff from her hand. So the order of the discard should be able to be chosen. And she chooses Bonded Auctioneer, which is the artifacts control card. Which you can scrap it to return an artifact to its owner's hand. Or it has the After Reap, which is harder to pull off. So probably the scrap effect there is going to be what matters. Now we have some Amber bonus action because we're doing a bunch of Sanctum actions that don't have any creatures to have their effects on. But gaining 4 Amber. Or 5 Amber. A whole 5-card Sanctum turn. So Captain Gale's up to a 1 key already with 5 Amber. Is this a rush deck? I suppose it did have a lot of Amber bonuses, right? Wasn't it a 20 plus Amber bonus deck? If I recall. Wow. That is a lot of Amber bonuses. Okay. So now, a lot of Amber bonuses, not much creature control. Oh, now we're asking again later. Yeesh. So you can just keep doing that. Then they have to do the they have to do the house call every time. Reveals Hawk. Oh, but then it actually did trigger a fate. Reiteration. So Karen had to discard 2 random cards from her hand, and then that was the Envoy of Equerry. Excellent, so that's a terrible card. But it does have 2 enhancements. I guess that doesn't really matter. And Webster. So I think that was decent discards for Karen, actually. But now Karen is playing the Well of Memory, so we're going to see if this happens to do anything before Captain Gale's numerous artifacts control options happen. But, so what is Well of Memory doing here then? You get to purge any number of cards from your hand, and for each card purged that way, return a card from your discard pile to your hand. So it's the hand crafting, deck crafting sort of thing. Purging pull-up stakes. Oh, that's a good one. And Rumor Sower. And down to size. Maybe not caring about the creature control as much then, but returning Memorialize the Fallen, Be Our Geist, and Recklessness. Able to play Be Our Geist immediately which plays an urchin, and that's good. But then the urchin does, huh? Oh, it destroys itself, so it doesn't steal anything? That's sad. Oh, Captain Gale does get an Archon's callback after... the parallel thinking discarded archived cards. Did that happen? Stop scrolling. If the discarded cards share a type, steal 2. Wow, that's... Or 2 random cards from... Okay, so you can choose. That's hard to pull off. But I suppose there's a bunch of options there. Now we have a customs office. But Karen doesn't have a lot of artifacts, so I don't think that matters now. It's kind of too late. But we have an urchin, which steals, so this one survives. No damage bonus there. But we also have the bandit culver, which you can use to steal after discarding a Shadows card. So Captain Gale discarded Boosted Berry to do that. And then, yes, so once again activates the Ask Again Later. Huh. So you have 4 prophecies to choose from, but that's the only one that matters. Let's see. Well, this one forces your opponent to be constantly doing it, so you can get the fates to trigger more often. The early bird. Well, I suppose with a rush deck like Captain Gale is using, they don't expect that to happen as often. It gets only worse during your opponent's turn if your opponent steals 1 or more from you. Fulfill it. Well, Karen's not going crazy with the stealing, so yeah, I suppose that doesn't trigger very often. But Karen's pulling off a Winds of Death play here, and was finally able to get an urchin in play with the BR Geist. Wait, does it... Deals 1 damage... to a different urchin, so we have 2 urchins here. One with the damage bonus, one without. But there is finally a way for the damaging urchins to survive. And then Karen plays me Met off of a BR Geist, and then archives the Well of Memory with Mimet. So actually, perhaps wanting to play through this customs office again. And then the Winds of Death archives a bunch of stuff. But Boosted Berry gets archived. That's interesting. And the Ask Again Later. Wait a second. Is this... I think Captain Gale showed me this deck on my stream a while back. So this is it. Oh, yeah. Because they actually told me that the prophecies are mostly for efficiency, and that's exactly what's going on here. Using the Ask Again Later to just put any card underneath it, and then the opponent has to, like, well, the opponent resolves it eventually, and then they get to put another card underneath it. So that makes sense. Yeah, because the boosted berry in this deck is a legacy. Because this is a Prophetic Visions deck with the Gigantic. Yeah. Well, that's cool that we get to see this in action. Oh, but there's a thing going on here with the Well of Memory and Winds of Death. So you can get a bunch of stuff into your archive with the Winds of Death, and then you pull it into your hand, and then the Well of Memory lets you discard all of the stuff that you pulled from your archive, which lets you bring a whole mess of stuff that is in your discard into your hands, but actions instead of creatures. So that seems like a very powerful synergy. Because Karen returns Mimet. Oh, we have the Shockherder now. And, oh, the Shockherder and Looter Goblin. Those are together in hand. A BR Geist. Oh, 3 BR Geists and an Ecto Charge. And a Memorialize the Fallen. Wow. That is an insane hand. Getting to play all of the BR Geists immediately. What a combo. Are they playing the opponent's Sanctums? Why play these? I guess maybe there wasn't anything to play. Oh. Okay, so going into this, I was saying that Karen had a lot of creature control, but it seems like that is mismatched into this deck, because this deck is big on the amber bonuses and doesn't care about the creatures. So Karen is only getting back some mid-Sanctum creatures that she can't even use because it doesn't have Sanctum in the deck, so very unlikely that... And then Captain Gale doesn't even have good play effects on creatures, so the BR Geists, they're not able to do a lot of damage there, although they are amber bonuses, so that's good. Because I think Karen, she was lagging behind for a while there with only a few amber, whereas Captain Gale had reached up to an amber, or to a key and 5 amber. But Karen was able to get rid of that amber somehow, whether like stealing or Memorialize the Fallen. I don't recall which. But now she's getting control of the game. Because if she forges a key here, she'll be ahead on board. Well, yeah, the board, I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of negligible. Well, so it's more even now than it was before in terms of game progress. But so we're looping again? Well, this is the first time that Winds of Death has played this turn. We'll just have to see what happens here. I'm not sure how this combo really plays out. But whoa! The Purge! 23 cards purged! That's different. That's almost the entire deck. Also lost the Ecto Charge. Huh. I guess the Ecto Charge isn't good if you don't have many cards in your deck, right? Because you need cards in your discard for that to be good. But now, what? What? The whole deck is purged. What do you even do now? Whoa. I don't think I've ever seen that before. 4 cards in the archives, 5 cards in hand, 26 cards purged. There's... The deck is 9 cards now. That's crazy. So what kind of damage can be done from this point on? I think Captain Gale has to think about this for a little bit, wondering, maybe first of all, how do I do that when I play that deck? So perhaps that's a question, because we're playing adaptive here, so Captain Gale now has to replicate that combo, maybe, to have the same success that Karen is having right now. I mean, I don't really even know what's going on, so I don't know if... I assume that's what Karen wanted. So I'm assuming now Karen is going to win soon? I don't know. Well, let's see. In the archive, she has me met Lightbearer Karen. Wait, no, those are the opponent's creatures. Huh. Captain Gale's just reading this wall of text here, just trying to remember what to do. Or what? Thinking, how do I still win this? Maybe it's all a bluff. Maybe Karen is just destroying her own deck because she already lost, and now maybe she's tricking Captain Gale. Yes, a very beautiful cat. Kitty, kitty. But Captain Gale is saying, looking if I have any outs in the chat here. So Captain Gale believes he's lost. Going Shadows, pulling the archives, but now Captain Gale has a bunch of cards in the archives because of the Winds of Death trickery there. Playing Boosted Berry, and so Boosted Berry has some effects on play, which played the Winds of Death in played the Winds of Death in Karen's archives to destroy itself. That is funny. And then playing Urchin. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the best hit off of the archives there. No, Karen's going Brobnar. And resolving the fate effect of Thunk, which actually does have a fate. Destroy each exhausted creature? Huh. Berserker Slam. Memorialize the Fallen. Captain Gale's down to 0 amber again. Or I guess, yeah, again. And Karen is recklessnessing. And Winds of Death got discarded at random. And then more stuff is getting discarded. Oh, from now, Captain Gale's hand. Reverse time, interdimensional graft, and dissonant chord. Wow, those are some interesting cards there with potential. So now, and now Karen has 6 cards in hand, 3 cards in the archive. So her whole deck is cycling around each turn, or no? No, she didn't pull the archives here, so those were left. But basically, you redraw your whole deck every hand or every turn, and so she can play Berserker Slam and Memorialize the Fallen, and Recklessness, and another Recklessness, or maybe stuff is getting played multiple times. Okay. But Captain Gale's coming back with the capturing. Obey the Grim. And Lightbearer Kevin does some capturing there. Oh, outflank. A big outflank. Brutal consequences, which also has a fate. Purge an exhausted friendly creature. Huh. Some exhausted creature hate. I don't know if we're seeing the synergy with that here. Winds of Death. Takes all the amber back. Huh. This is why Karen wanted the timer, isn't it? It's because this can end up going nowhere, I think. So I think it's possible Karen has stopped the game effectively by just looping this creature control stuff every turn. So I think it just keeps going. And then Captain Gale. Karen's gaining amber every turn, so Captain Gale has to gain more amber. And then if he can't, then Karen wins. And so I think the race has been reduced to just amber bonuses per turn. Well, she has Geistoid stuff too. But it's a Berserker Slam. Memorialize the Fallen. 2 Recklessnesses. So I think she redrew the Berserker Slam. So that's 4 cards. And then the Well of Memory and... Kitty, what are you doing? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I see 6 cards in play. Yeah, I think that's what she has left. So does that mean maybe what you're trying to do is get the recklessnesses to draw into each other? Yeah. Well, I suppose there's one slam. I think there's one slam. Huh. Memorialize the Fallen versus Berserker Slam. Captain Gale's down to 0. Oh no. What a crazy strategy. Purge your entire deck so that the Memorialize the Fallen doesn't work on you, and then loop loop Berserker Slam and Recklessnesses? Wow. That's different. It's like I have a deck that I dream could do this because it has Brobnar and Buzzles and Infernus. So you can imagine purging all of your own stuff with the Buzzles and Infernuses. Well, it has one Infernus. But Captain Gale plays Interdimensional Graft. Oh, does that matter? Transfers 5 Amber to Captain Gale. That's a lot. But the Memorialize the Fallen deletes it all? Seemingly so. You can actually play Memorialize the Fallen twice a turn. Yeah. Recklessness looping. What a deck. Yeah, and it has the Winds of Death, Well of Memory combo to set it up. So that's a really cool, like, combo to look for. Emeritus Darn. Reaps. Yeah. Because it's hard to just see that and then replicate it after one game. Hawk. Yeah, I don't think I ever really got comfortable with the Grim Reminders combos myself. To be honest, I don't think I ever really figured out Winds of Death. I think in my like NKFL games, there were numerous games that I was just being completely oblivious into the Winds of Death. Dark Heart of the Forest. Oh, but Karen is actually saying that Captain Gale scoped her out with the logs. Is that it? Did I get it? I think. I don't know. I think. I think I got it. Let me just make a text document. Where's my text document? That's weird. Open my dang notepad. There we go. Oh, I don't think it... Okay, I understand now. I just created a new document. It didn't open the editor. It didn't work? Well, Grim Reminders goes first. That's what we determined. Okay, but so I was saying that the high artifacts control in Captain Gale's deck maybe was a mismatch versus Karen's deck. But Karen's now saying that Captain Gale like targeted the deck, so I think she's actually worried about the high artifacts control destroying the well of memory, and maybe that disrupts it, or is it something else? I'm not sure. Okay, we have to see if Captain Gale can replicate the combo. Yeah, Gale can do it. Let's see. There a borrow. The customs office could potentially. No, let me switch to the customs office. Could potentially stop the well of memory from being played, but or the boost, maybe the boosted berry effects. I forget what that does, but that could. Oh, that um Captain Gale has anti-archive effects, so that could be relevant because Karen's doing archive combos. And then we have the scaling amber control that can matter potentially. I'm not sure. Oh, but I actually have to update the scoreboard. Karen took game 1 there. Okay. Then we have Webster, which was burned and outflanked and equalized. And then we're doing the ask again later stuff again. Plummet discards 2 Winds of Death and a BR Geist. So later, you have to use the Well of Memory to get the Winds of Death back, I believe. And then the Well of Memory might have to survive a turn in play. Oh, Captain Cha is Sanctum. We're asking again later. Resolving a fate effect. So that means we get an extra efficiency boost the next time that prophecy can get activated. Soul Exchange. Choose a player. Return the topmost creature of that player's from that player's discard pile to their hand. Destroy a creature controlled by that player. So you can use that on yourself. But it was used to destroy Captain Cha and I don't think anything was returned. Was there a creature there? Maybe something got back? I'm not sure. But now, Jane the Bard is playing a dissonant chord. Outflank. Nothing to capture. And we're asking again later. Karen's got 7 amber. Not bad. But based on the previous game, that shouldn't matter for the Grim Reminders deck. So the Grim Reminders deck should be able to lock it down. We discard Hawk, Hawk, and Parallel Thinking. That's funny. And we discard a Mimet. Is that bad? I think you want the Mimets. We gotta have archiving power. We have the Looter Goblins in play. Oh, uncommon currency. But this is on the Grim Reminders side. So that's not hurting the Well of Memory plan. Oh, but look how far you've come was used. Oh, I suppose there was an extra turn there then. Bandit Culver. Discarding Boosted Berry to steal. Ooh. Digging up the monster. So you can get Boosted Berry back? Discarded Boosted Berry to steal, then getting it back. Because digging up the monster, you can search your deck and discard for 2 halves of a gigantic creature, and then you put them on top of your deck. So you get a guaranteed gigantic the next turn. Now let's see, can Captain Gale pull off the combo? I've seen a lot of cards. I think a lot of relevant cards have been discarded so far, though. So when Mimeta's down, both Winds of Deaths are in the discard. So I think Captain Gale needs a Well of Memory to bring this stuff back. Equidon. Oh. Divine Seal purged something. Webster. So Captain Gale. There you go. That's the first card purged. Out of... You have 30 to go. before you get down to that crucial Brobnar hand. The unbeatable Brobnar hand. Boosted berry. Oh, yeah, okay. So you can take control of an enemy artifact, so that could play against the Well of Memory. And play a random card from your opponent's archives as if it were yours. So yeah, that could definitely be a problem for Karen's deck here. So it turns out, well, I suppose it has some tools that Karen's worried about. But we'll have to see if that actually makes a difference. Because, huh. Karen's getting pretty far along here. A key and 4 amber. This is about where Captain Gale was when Karen started comboing. Captain Gale's thinking. Still going Equidon. So we don't have it completely set up yet, I suppose. Well, let's see. There's still 9 in the draw, right? So, could still be a few turns before anything happens. You could end up with a really weak turn, I think, if you pull the Well of Memory. You could end up having the Well of Memory and like having to play it. No, you should have a chance to activate it and get all your stuff back before you reshuffle. So I don't think there's a risk of that. Bone Rot Venom going on the Looter Goblin. Only has 2 power, so it can't take the potion. Gale isn't discarding enough creatures. Captain Gale going Geistoid. Yeah, if you bring the creatures back with, if you have the creatures archived because you Winds of death them from the discard, then that gives you additional stuff to trade in with the Well of Memory. So you're limiting your archives there, right? Or you're limiting your options. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, can't play fair with it, right? You gotta go for that combo. But here we go with the Well of Memory. It's here now. Purging 4 cards. Wait, yeah, that's not really the combo, right? Also, now you have to get back. Oh, no, it's fine because now you get back Winds of Death and Mimet, and then you're set up, I think. Because then you can destroy. This is game 2. Because then you can destroy your Well of Memory with the action, and you play the Mimet to get that back. So I think with this Well of Memory, if you get the right cards back, then your combo is set up. Or you're halfway there at least. Okay. Mimet, Winds of Death, Bonded Auctioneer, interesting. And be our Geist. So maybe wanting the Bonded Auctioneer here to disrupt the uncommon currency? I wonder what's going to happen there. Which actually the Bonded Auctioneer, the good effect here is a scrap. So you don't even have to go Equidon to get that. You can get it somehow with a discard bonus if that's in there. Yeah, so they're getting a discard off the Mimet. And so they're able to do the scrap effects and to return the Well of Memory to their hand. Okay, so they don't need to bother with the uncommon currency, apparently. And now, yeah, they played Winds of Death. And that archived more for them than for Karen, so that's good for them. Okay, so now Captain Gale has the Well of Memory in hand. And, well, I guess he doesn't have 2 Winds of Death? But you have you can get anything you want back with the Well of Memory. Oh, playing Iron Heidi with the boosted berry. That's not the choice. Captain Gale's going Geistoid. Archives to hand. 14 card hand. Not quite as massive as Karen's combo. Maybe he can get there. Do you guys snowball into it? It's kind of like a 2-stage process. Well, now he should like purge all of this stuff in hand, right? Because then once you purge the stuff in hand, then you can get other stuff back from the discard. So 11 cards in hand. You should be able to get 11 stuff back from the discard. But they're going back, or they're going with Harvest Skimmer, Reaver, Pen Pal, Envoy, Old Tinker, Mournful Barn Burner, and Thunderdell. So only creatures. Leaving 4 cards in hand. To return Shockherder, Loot Goblin. Whoa. Is Captain Gale going a different direction with this? I don't think that's what Karen was doing. But the Well of Memory is back. Is Mimet and Bonded Auctioneer? How are these looping? What is happening? Well, okay, the Mimet Bonded Auctioneer play happened the previous turn. So that's just happening again this turn. Okay. And now the Well of Memory purging some of the stuff they just brought back with Well of Memory? Okay. I think they're doing it. Mimet importantly has a damage pip. Good point. Yes. You can destroy itself, right? And discard the Bonded Auctioneer. Oh, the play effect is not resolved, but the destroyed effect does. Oh. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, now 19 cards purged. So it took a little looping there with the Bonded Auctioneer. So that's some very technical Keyforge playing, actually. But I think Captain Gale got there. 2 cards in archives, 2 in draw, 6 in hand, 23 purged. Winds of Death. Well, he hasn't completely reduced it to the Brobnar hand. But does it keep going? Let's see. Discarding Recklessness to the Mimet bonus icon. Okay. It's a 5. The Memorialize the Fallen hasn't hit yet. Karen has a almost full discard, so I imagine the Memorialize the Fallen would delete some amber now. Combo! The Sanctum is here. Yeah, we're going to reap out for the win, guys. Yeah! Well, the Well of Memory is back. Huh. Oh. Something different happened. Just a Well of Memory play. To purge Winds of Death, be our Geist, Bonded Auctioneer, Iron Heidi down to size, and Fiery Jark. But now the hand is down to 5. So now maybe Captain Gale has exactly what he wants. That should be the idea. And if not, at this point, a grave mistake has been made. But let's see. Be our guys, Winds of Death. We gotta not see the, what is it? The Recklessnesses and the Berserker Slam. So I think everything is sorted out. So it's just the correct Brobnar cards in hand for Captain Gale now. But Karen's trying to do some work. A Cutthroat Research, Interdimensional Graft, Reverse Time. Captain Gale has to make up a lot of ground. 3 keys. No amber, only 2 amber in the pool. Karen's threatening to forge the 2nd key. If nothing happens, then she'd have 2 amber and 4 creatures to reap to 6 with, but I don't think that's the outcome here, or at least it shouldn't be. But Berserker Slam? Should these creatures have been played in a different order? Maybe Jane the Bard should have been in the middle. Is this bad versus the Berserker Slam? But the other ones have armor. But Captain Gale disconnects. No. That's not what you want to see. Okay, so we're saying the Berserker Slam gets rule of 6. Yeah, I didn't catch that in the previous game, but I suppose that's what was happening, maybe. Does the whole Brobnar hand get rule of 6, I guess? Because you have the Recklessnesses, and that's how you're looping stuff, right? Oh, this is bad, though. Is Captain Gale not going to come back? That's this is not when you want to have internet problems. Hmm. This is not good. We've lost our competitor right before the combo. Okay. So, let's see. Recklessness. Each player discards 3 random cards from their hands, then draws 3 cards. So if you have 5 cards in hand, you play one of them, then you play a Recklessness, you discard the 3 cards, and then there's 4 cards in your discard, and you draw 3. And you're hoping to redraw the Recklessness and the card that you played to loop those 2? Or do you just play both Recklessnesses? Or sorry, do you play 2 cards? If you play 2 cards, then you'd have 2 cards in the discard, and then when you play the Recklessness, you discard the 2 in your hands, and you draw 3. I think that's... I guess that would be the same position, because you're still drawing 3 cards out of 4. If you play 1 card in Recklessness, you're only drawing back 3 of the 4, yeah? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. A 5-minute time extension. I don't know how to do that. We're struggling. Maybe we'll get there. Do we have a... Do we have a judge? Or has this happened before? Oh. Are we back? Oh. That was scary, but managed to come back. Okay, don't rush through your turn though. This is the important moment. Don't want to rush after you got like flustered or something. But let's see, because we're doing a whole bunch of stuff now. Captain Gale is ready to go off. We're slamming. We're recklessnessing. And it stopped. So one. Oh, there's also Memorialize the Fallen play, but we have one Berserker Slam, two Berserker Slams, three, four. So they got 4 plays. 4 Berserker Slams. And that took Karen off check. Captain Gale up to 9 amber. Brutal consequences. It's Brobnar time. Memorialize the Fallen. Karen's down to 0 amber. Captain Gale has found the combo. But with 7 cards in the deck? So not quite down to 5. I guess it's because they did the Well of Memory thingy. But now Captain Gale should be in control of the game. There are like some weird any weird prophetic vision stuff? Interdimensional graft. Well, you get to take an amber. Activating Ask Again later. Transferring 1 amber. So now Captain Gale, if you get the right loops. Oh, going Geistoid. Well of Memory. To purge uncommon currency and be met. Okay, now we're down to 4 cards. Only the important Brobnar cards. Wild Wormhole into a reiteration. Up to 5 amber. Parallel thinking. Well, Captain Gale was trying to think of outs in the previous game. Couldn't come to one. Is there anything that could be done? Probably not. Karen concedes. Captain Gale wins. Now it's a 1-1. So we're actually going to a third game. This is a very intriguing matchup. We have Rush with some artifact control versus combo. Oh, now it says I'm connected to chat. Hopefully, okay. Maybe I dropped the stream drop there or something. I don't know. Oh wait. Chat log. Oh, okay. Oh, Captain Gale got the logs. Okay. Oh. But let it be known, I remembered before they rematched. Let's see. Yes. Grim Reminders going first. It doesn't set that yet, but we're in the bidding. Oh, what's it gonna go for? Captain Gale bids 3 chains, so they're going 1 by 1. Karen bids 5. Okay, a jump there. Doesn't want to get stuck on 6. But it could be a bait. She might just be perfectly fine going far beyond 6. Captain Gale bids 7, so doesn't want to even bother with 6. It goes for 7. Ooh, 7 chains. Oh, wait, does the... Yes, okay, there we go. First player's good. We're all good. 7 chains. That means for 1 turn, it's going to be at -2 cards, and then for 6 turns, it's going to be at -1 card. That's close. I mean, in the previous 2 games, the Prophetic Visions deck got to 1 key and just under the Amber for a 2nd key. I don't think it forged a 2nd key in that 2nd game. So that means the Prophetic Visions deck I don't know if that's enough of a lead. We'll have to see. That's a lot of work you have to do with just -7 cards. Because once you get the combo, it should effectively like undo any progress that you make. It's hard to build up a board because the Winds of Death is going to clear everything out before the combo goes off. Oh, but I didn't even realize who was playing it, but Captain Gale. Captain Gale is playing the combo deck for 7 chains. So that means Karen didn't want to bid more than 7? Is that like a lack of confidence in the deck? I thought, I guess I assumed she would go higher than that. I didn't have that much time to think about it, but anyway. Let's get on to the game. We have some early Sanctum out on Karen's side. Soul exchange. Oh, a soul was exchanged then? The Brigadier is stunned. Parallel thinking. Discarding off the opponent's deck. Discarding BR Geist and Mournful... Mournful Barn Burner. You know, that parallel thinking could be a problem if you end up discarding some like really important combo card. That could mess things up. The Wall of Memories here. Purging Hospitality, Pen Pal, and down to size. But what do we get back now? From the discard. Hell's Eve Festival, BR Geist, and Looter Goblin. So I suppose that I don't think that matters much yet, so I think that's just... Well, I don't know. The Hallowed Eve Festival is discarding stuff. They're able to capture 2. Maybe the Prophetic Visions deck is slightly annoyed by that. This only is 1 damage away from being destroyed. Yeah, Purge Efficiency. The Urchin's here, and it survives its own damage pip. Mimet. And so what is this doing now? We have an option with the damage. They actually do destroy itself, so no potential double archive there. They're just going straight for the archive. And the Mimet doing the Bonded Auctioneer trick, so discarding the Bonded Auctioneer to get that scrap effect to return the Well of Memory to hand. So 3 cards purged, 1 in the archives, and we're set up to do another Well of Memory. And Karen, where's the Amber? There's a lot of Amber bonuses in the deck, so it's not like it's far off. I think it's just going to get there naturally by playing cards. Yeah, I assume there's some looping going on. But yeah, so this was happening several times in the previous game where the Mimet was discarding the Bonded Auctioneer. And so you are able to loop that somehow, I think. But now we're going, it's Well of Memory, purging BR Geist, the Old Tinker, Shock Herder, and Looter Goblin, and returning the Mimet and the Bonded Auctioneer to hand. So there's the loop there. And then this time they picked up Winds of Death. So the Winds of Death going off. Some fast comboing. They're fast learner. Urchin. Oh, taking them off check. Oh, parallel thinking stealing too. How for that? How about that? And a customs office. Ooh. Ooh. Karen's fighting back here. I think that was some good tech. I don't know if that parallel thinking was on purpose, but I think that was a good hit there. Stealing 3 in one turn and getting the customs office down, disrupting the Well of Memory play in a way. It's better. Well of Memory. This deck is crazy. I don't think I realized that Winds of Death and Well of Memory was such a combo. But there's other stuff in this deck that makes it way better, so it's not just those 2 cards. There's some really good enhancement placements. There's like the Bonded Auctioneer, able to bounce your Well of Memory. And then the Bromnar package to go along with that. So there's a lot of synergistic parts of this deck that are coming together to make this all work. There we go, bouncing the Well again. Karen has 10 amber, not 1 key yet, but a similar position to the previous 2 games. The Well of Memory coming back. It could be, yeah. Ecto Charge, Haldi Festival, Bjargeist, Recklessness, Bjargeist, and Recklessness to hand. Yes, 2 well plays in a turn, here and here. Oh, and we're up to 21 cards purged. So yeah, you're able to purge stuff to get stuff back from your discard, and then bring the Well back, and then play it again to discard the stuff that you just brought back from the previous Well of Memory effect to purge that as well. So you're super purging. You're able to loop it to just purge a whole massive deck, a whole massive cards, one group after another, or in groups of 5 or something like that. And now the Brobnar part is happening. with Recklessness and Berserker Slam being played. Then Thunderdell is in the mix here somewhere. I was just getting discarded. Okay. Captain Jaw. The Elusive Robot? After Reap Steal 1? That's pretty cool to have an After Reap Steal 1 with a house bonus. So that's a nifty creature there. Captain Gale, 21 cards purged, 1 in the archives, 6 in the draw, and 5 in hand. So that means we haven't gotten down to those power cards yet. But still going into Brobnar. Using Recklessness. Huh. Ah, there's the Memorialize the Fallen. Okay. Because Karen was actually getting kind of close there. Because she now has 2 keys. So that's... I think that's a distinct difference from the previous 2 games. Or... Yeah. You don't have the board now. Last time it was threatening second key with a Board of Sanctum, but those were soon to be destroyed by creature control. And now in this case, a boosted berry. So what did that do? Played an archived card, which was Recklessness. Huh. I wonder, is she gonna do it? Activating the early bird. The early bird. Interesting. So that means that you don't want the fate to resolve? Or maybe... Well, maybe the assumption is that Captain Gale will start gaining Amber now, and so the early bird will resolve with a high chance or high probability. During your opponent's turn after they play a creature, Phil, look how far you've come. So, if Captain Gale plays a creature or gains Amber, then a fate is resolving. The question is whether that actually matters. It might not. I'm not familiar with the fates here, but I don't think there's any game-ending fates. So we'll have to see if that matters. Captain Gale has 0 keys, 0 Amber. How do you get out of this? Is the combo here? Well of Memory, purchase Ecto Charge, Rumor Sower, and Plummet. Neotechnic Gopher does something in there. Urchin Stealing. Huh. Have we taken a detour from our combo here? Holiday Festival, discarding Berserker Slam, Winds of Death. Oh, okay, here's a Winds of Death. Karen has 7 cards in archive. Ooh. Oh, well, what is it? We actually know what it is. The Gopher. Thunk. Jane. Abed the Grim. And the early bird was just a reverse time. Didn't do anything. Oh, did I think both prophecies got resolved there. Because Captain Gale played me Met. So that resolved the look over there. Or look how far you've come. Karen's playing those amber bonuses. Rush to the finish. Oh, not enough though. Only 4 amber. Still has 7 cards in archives. So didn't pull that yet. Resetting the look how far you've come. But 0 cards in the discard. That means that Memorialize the Fallen doesn't do anything. And if she doesn't play creatures, then the Berserker Slam doesn't do anything. So hold up. There could be... Is there an out? If you just play actions with amber bonuses, don't even play a creature. So that it can't be Berserker Slammed, it can't be Memorialized. There's only 2 amber to go, so maybe you can get everything you need without getting stuck. And then there's 7 cards in the archives. No. Okay. Let's see. Captain Gale. Recklessness fills the discard. Darn it! Captain Gale. Well of Memory. Oh, there's 7 cards in hand, so you could actually purge something. Get back the Mimet and Bonded Auctioneer, but at this point, there's nothing left to loop because all the cards are gone. Well, I suppose they could purge. They should have everything they need now. Ooh, can't play the well again this turn because the customs office is out. Playing it again would put Karen on check. So Karen made it past the oh, parallel thinking, stealing 2 again. Oh, okay, this is some good stuff. Let's see, did she break through the combo? Were the chains enough? Recklessness. Discarding Berserker Slime Recklessness and Memorialize the Fallen. But it was redrawn. Playing it. Karen goes down to 6. Oh, played again! Or something? How'd that... Yes, played again. Karen down to 2. Okay, that was big. Hawk destroys Well of Memory. It was finally taken down. Ah! I got back in time. Just a destruction of the well. The Captain Gale's going Brobnar. Divine Seal purged recklessness! That could matter, I think. Berserker Slam. Recklessness. Captain Gale's on check. Oh, so far away from 3 keys, though. So the recklessness looping has been disrupted. I think so. Or it's harder to do it. But so Karen now is trying to figure out how to take advantage of this. Going Sanctum. Okay. Yeah. We also have It Only Gets Worse, which is triggering when the opponent steals. Oh, we lost the... Huh. Burning Glare, Dissonant Chord, Outflank. No effects, but we have 3 more Amber. And Ask Again Later. That not doing anything this time. So yes, it seems Captain Gale's going with a Geistoid turn. Howley Festival, Mimet. And then that archives the Howley Festival. Purging Bonded Auctioneer and Winds of Death with the Well of Memory. To return Memorialize the Fallen and Recklessness to their hand. So it's Hallowed Eve Festival in the archive. And then... a Recklessness, Memorialize the Fallen, the Berserker Slam, well, Karen chose Logos, but is perhaps rethinking. Reiteration. That triggers a reshuffle. Interdimensional Graft. Wild Wormhole, which plays Parallel Thinking. Is this going to steal again? I think she's trying to think, because there's only one card in the archives, so it's not going to steal, but if it's an important enough card. It's the Hallowed Eve Festival, though. But that's what she goes for. Huh. I'm not sure what's happening there. But I'm sure there's a reason for it. Memorialize the Fallen in Berserker Slam. Karen's still at 6. Oh! Oh! Karen did it. Knew exactly the amount of chains required to take down the combo deck. No creatures from Recklessness. What a match. That was some incredibly technical Keyforge playing, because we had just navigating that combo was really difficult, and Captain Gale in the second game, after I don't know if Captain Gale has practiced with this deck, but he was able to like double loop. Well, what I'm saying is that he did something different than what Karen did, so it wasn't just like copying. Or not like that would be bad. Anyway, yes. Good playing. And the Parallel Thinking, that ended up stealing 4 Amber. I don't know if Karen planned that or if that was luck. I don't know if like it was down to the last Amber though, so that may have mattered. Oh, logs. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That was a great match. The bidding was elite. Karen comes out the victor. A masterful adaptive display using a complicated combo deck and playing against it and figuring out exactly how to beat it. That is some impressive stuff. So thank you all for joining. That is the final refrain.